Welcome back. Our first guest is the writer and mastermind behind the best-selling book of all time in the UK. She's a power force in the literary world and a shapeshifter on the cultural landscape.
So her books are proof that it's time to unhandcuff the idea that women don't have, good writing, I know, don't have dark sexual fantasies, and that the issue is neither black nor white. It's more like 50 Shades of Grey.
Author of the 50 Shades series and the new book, The Mister. Please welcome E.L. James.
Wow. We are so happy to have you here. What a treat.
Wow.
And we're not exaggerating. I mean, your books have taken the world by storm. 150 million copies sold around the globe, translated into 50 languages. And there's the little film franchise. So here's the question. What does the success of your books tell us about what was out there for women who were seeking pleasurable outlets before your books came on?
There were plenty of things out there. Oh, yes, definitely. Well, we know that, ladies, don't we? So, yes, I mean, there's plenty of them. I don't know what it was specifically about these books that caught fire.
A particular recipe?
I have no idea. It was... Well, maybe I have a little bit of an idea, but yes, it sounds disingenuous, but yes, it's how it got. I stuns me even today.
Really?
Yes.
It was a phenomenon, and it was a phenomenon to watch. I remember going on the subway and seeing it like peeking out of women's, backpacks. It was. I think that was the other thing, is that while women were reading these types of books for ages, they were mostly doing it behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean,
Absolutely.
were you surprised by that kind of like just everybody out there just being like, I am horny and I'm reading something?
It's funny. I spent most of my 30s travelling into London on the tube and reading books that had covers with women with their clothes falling off and lantern-jawed guys with broad chests and things, and holding the covers back. So that's why I put the tie on it, because I thought no one will ever know what this book is. Ironically, that didn't the case. But yes, no, it just kind of caught on.
I mean, romance and erotic novels have mainly for years been sort of marketed specifically towards women. So what is the response you're hearing from men about your books?
Well, I actually wrote the books for myself. I mean, they're for me. I've written The Mister for myself. It's for me. And I write what I want to read. So I always get terribly embarrassed when a man comes up and says, oh, I read your books. I think, oh, God, can you really? But I've had a few things. I remember getting a letter from a guy who was 71 years old who said, thank you very much for reminding me what it was like to fall in love. So completely understood that it's a love story. And it's really interesting because at my book signings now, there's some men come into the book signings. So I think it's terribly brave of them, frankly, because it's surrounded by women. So yes, it is for women. And, if men want to read it, just don't tell me about it.
But clearly you're not writing in a vacuum. And all of us, we are living in quite politically charged times.
Oh, definitely,
And there seems to be this real push, especially in the entertainment world, for a challenging, I guess, gender roles, and certainly the way that women are portrayed in whatever form of media that it is. Is there any kind of responsibility in entertainment, being in movies, maybe in literature as well, to change or challenge any of the gender roles or the stereotypes that exist out there?
I think that's for some people to do, definitely, and I think it's important to do. And what's fantastic, certainly going to see films like Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel or what have you, where you have female superheroes, and those films have done phenomenally well. So it shows that there's a huge audience out there for women, but there's also a huge audience out there for a good passionate love story as well. I think it is important, and I think it is important to certainly bring certain things to light. There's a few things in this current book that I think it was important to talk about. One is the inequality between those who have a tremendous amount and those who have nothing. I mean, the woman in this can't even afford a pair of socks. And she's also, a victim of trafficking as well. These things are horrendous. And if it sheds a little bit of light, or if other people then shine a light on those subjects, then, I think I've done my job.
Yeah. Let's talk more about The Mister, because The protagonist is this rich playboy, and he falls for his maid who
Yes.
has a troubled past.
Yes.
What is it that you think is the enduring appeal of the rich male savior?
I think we all want to be swept off by our feet by someone like that. In our fantasies, you know? I mean, actually, I think what happens for women nowadays, we're in control of everything. And so, you know, the home, the house, the thing, the kids, the work, getting everyone to... And it's so nice to just escape. And that's what these things are about. This is exactly what this is. It's just a fantasy for people to lose themselves in.
Well, I mean, you're definitely tapping into something because this stat is amazing. 1 in 6 American women have read your books,
It's amazing.
which is an outstanding number. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So you clearly, you've tapped into that perennial question of what do women want. So tell us, what is the itch we are trying to scratch that you work through in these fantasies in your novels?
I don't think I can talk about that on daytime television. So that's item 1. What we actually want to do is for our husbands to put their socks in the thing and occasionally do the laundry and wash up and do that as well. So, and also, if you meet a guy who's kind of good, knows what to do, if you know what I mean, that's also nice as well.
Your book sometimes you hinted at this. Even the Mister, it can have complicated power dynamics.
Absolutely.
In this case, you've got Maxim, your main male protagonist, who he wonders openly whether or not he should be having this intense crush on his maid for the reason that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So, why do you think that power imbalances are such an attractive thing in the fantasy and erotica realm?
I think I'll go back to saying it's the trope, the Cinderella story. I mean, we all want the glass slipper sometimes, don't we? So I think it's to do with that.
It's been around for a while.
It's been around for a while. It's not going away.
We've debated the role and relevancy of criticism on this very show, so we're really eager to get your take. What do you think the role of literary criticism is?
I actually don't know. It's not something that I go into. I get such a bashing from all that kind of thing. So it's just not for me. I write for myself. I have to justify it to myself. And if other people want to read it, then that's fantastic. If they like it, fantastic. If they don't like it, that's fine too. You know, that's where I come from.
Erica, you've got sons.
Yeah, I do.
How old are they?
They are 24 and 22. Oh no, I don't look old enough.
They look fabulous. Have they read your book?
Oh, no, thank God, no. No, my children don't read, which is, they kill me every time I say that, but they're 21st century kids. They're on YouTube, they're on games, they're on watching, you know, all of that. And I remember my eldest son came to, he now lives in the centre of town, and he came for his birthday a couple of years ago. He was holding a book. I cried, you know? I cried. He's got 2 parents who both write, and you're finally reading a book of your own accord. It was lovely. So, no, they haven't read my books.
Wow. Well, this has been so much fun to have you here.
Oh, thank you very much.
so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. The Mister. It is in stores now. Studio audience, it's going to be a great Monday night. You're going home with your own copy today.